Hey, Magic fans, back again for another beautiful day of new capenna leaks, and boy, we got some doozy mythics today for you. Remember, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so smash that subscription button so we can get those views. And with that said, I'll leave the rest of the shenanigans to the end of the video. This is your captain speaking. Tray tables and seatbacks to fill up positions. We're going to dive right in to some serious spoilers. So let's start it off with the Broker's Initiate. So for one white, you get an 0-4. Don't seem too great, right? As a common, but for a greens or a blue and 4, the Initiate becomes a 5-5. Probably not the best thing in the world. This might see some limited play just because it becomes big later, and it's a good blocker to start off with. That's probably as far as this is going. Next, we have Swooping Protector, white and 3 for a 2-1, flying and flash. When it enters the battlefield, Swooping Protector enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. So this is probably a pretty decent card for limited. I don't think it's going to see any play outside of that, even though it does get shield counters. It might see standard play, just because for 4 mana, you can make a 4-4 and instead of a 2-1. The shield counter is cool and all, but I just don't think it's going to be cool enough to make this playable. Next, we have our first mythic of the day, the Titan of Industry, which, buildings and stuff. So for 2 green and 4, you get a 7-7 with reach and trample. So it's got rample, or reample. So when it enters the battlefield, you get to choose 2. You can destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target player gains 5 life. Create a 4-4 green Rhino Warrior creature token, or put a shield counter on a creature you control. This is a limited all-star if you get the chance to play the thing, because it costs so much. Um, but in mean green, if you got a little bit of ramp, this is a great card to ramp into or pull out of your graveyard if you're trying to look for some big creature to throw into the graveyard to reanimate. Because of that, it might see Pioneer play maybe. I do think there's better things to play though in other formats than this. So Pioneer might be as far as it goes. With that said, Standard's going to be iffy once again because it's really going to depend um, on if there's a good ramp deck to make this viable, because you get to put it into play with the shield counter on it. So, but with that said too, when that triggers, when it enters the battlefield, you can kill it in response. So whatever. Um, all in all, though, I think it's a great mythic. Probably gonna see a little commander play just for giggles. Probably easy $5-10. Next we have Sapara's Educator. So blue, white, green, and 2 for a 4-4, not bad. When they enter the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls can't attack or block until your next turn. So that's pretty sweet for a 4-4. For 2, you can exile them from your hand. This is the mana fixing one, and then cast them from exile. Going to be great and limited, probably as far as it goes. All right, we have the Voice of the Vermin. So for a green and 3, you get a 2-2 citizen when he enters the battlefield with a shield counter on him, which is pretty good. When he attacks, target creature you control has base power and toughness 4-4 till end of turn. So that makes it really cool. It means it can't block very well. It can't attack as a 4-4, as it says target creature, so it can target itself, and it has a shield counter. This is going to be great for limited. Might even see some standard play, to be honest with you. That's pretty powerful. Probably as far as it goes, though. Next, we have Undercover Operative. So for 2 blue and 2, you have a 0/0 Shapeshifter Rogue. You may have Undercover Operative enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature on the battlefield, except it enters with a shield counter on it if you control that creature. So this is disgusting. This is like Vesuvian Doppelganger on crack. This is going to be a $10 card or so easily. Played in Limited, played in Standard, probably definitely played in Commander. Maybe even a little bit of Pioneer action going on. Just because of the fact it comes in with a shield counter on it if you copy your own creature. It just makes it really good, especially for 4 mana. I mean, there's nothing better than stealing your opponent's big nappy. So, moving right along, we have Inspiring Overseer. So, for a white and 2, we get a 2-1 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, you gain a life and draw a card. Oh, more white card draw. So, this is just like the Dwarf from Forgotten Realms, except it has flying. So yeah, was this really necessary? An amazing comment. It's gonna see play in limited. Gonna see play probably in standard to some degree. Probably commander and maybe some other formats too. Just because it's just good. Like God, it's a good common. All right, next we have structural assault. 2 red and 3 sorcery. Destroy all artifacts, then structural assault deals damage to each creature equal to the number of artifacts that were put into the graveyards from the battlefield. So you have a better Shatterstorm. It's kind of what it looks like. It does cost 1 more though. However, I think this is going to see a lot of play in many formats. Probably going to be good in limited, standard, definitely commander. This might even find its way. Well, no, it's not going to be in anything really old. Maybe 5 mana is probably going to keep it out of modern and older sets. But probably some Pioneer action is going to be seen with this. All right, we have Meeting of the Five. So we have red, so 1 of every color. We have Wooburg and 3. It's a sorcery. Exile top 10 cards of your library. You may cast those. You may cast spells with exactly 3 colors from among them this turn. Add 2 white, 2 blue, 2 black, 2 red, 2 green. Spend this mana only to cast the spells with exactly 3 colors. So this is a really expensive, really bad collective company. I'm sure there's going to be some way to shenanigans this in. I mean, there's a lot of free casting going on, so that's probably what's going to happen with this. So it's probably going to be a $5-10 mythic. If somebody busts it, it's going to go up to 20. But not in limited, not in standard unless they find the combo. Maybe Pioneer combos are more prevalent. That's probably about as far as this is going to go. I mean, Commander would be fine. So, eh. Next we have Sanctuary Warden, 2 white and 4 for a 5/5 Flying Angel Soldier. Sanctuary Warden enters the battlefield with 2 shield counters, so this thing's got to be killed twice, 3 times for the kill. When Sanctuary Warden enters the battlefield or attacks, you may remove a counter from a creature or planeswalker you control. If you do, draw a card, create a 1/1 green citizen creature token. Sweet Lord in heaven, this thing's going to be so bonkers in decks that have counters on them. This is easily going to be a $30 card, maybe not more. Limited All-Star, probably a standard All-Star. Might even get some Pioneer play with being reanimated. And definitely a Commander card. This has Angel Deck for Commander written all over it. Next we have Even the Score. Our next mythic is blue. It's 3 blue and X. Instant. The spell costs 3 blue, 3 blue less to cast if an opponent has drawn 4 or more cards this turn. Draw X. Oh my god. This is Stroke of Genius reprinted with a 3 blue starter. This thing's gonna see play in all the formats. In Legacy with all the cantrips and stuff, it's easy for an opponent to draw up to 4 cards really quick, and then you can bust this out for like 3 mana to like draw 3 cards of your own. Like I see lots limited, standard, Pioneer, modern. I see so much promise for this Commander. Like this is gonna be, I mean, this is probably gonna jump up to. This is gonna come out as $20 or $30. I see it being 50, and foils of this are going to be absurd. Oh my god, this card's good. Anyway, moving on. Mass Bandits. So green, red, black, and 3. So 6 mana for a 5/5 with Vigilance and Menace, because that's a good combo. Vigilance, or Minlance, anyhow. So this is a mana fixing one again for 2. You can exile it to make a mana, to fix your mana, and then cast it from exile later. Does help protect the card. Decent common. Probably just limited play. Alright, next we have Case the Joint. So for a blue and 3, you get to draw 2 cards and look at the top card of each player's library. Very interesting common. I think there's better cards than this, but I won't see a whole lot of play other than limited. Next we have Soul of Emancipation. Blue, white, green, and 4. So for 7 mana, you get a 5/7. It's an avatar. When it enters the battlefield, destroy up to 3 other target non-land permanents. Oh my lord. For each one of those permanents, its controller creates a 3/3 white angel creature token with flying. Okay, that makes it a little better. Still, this is an amazing commander card. You can almost board wipe with it, 1 for every opponent. You know, you get a 3/3 angel, you get a 3/3 angel, everybody gets a 3/3 angel. Yeah, definitely commander card. Probably going to see some degree of limited play if people are ballsy enough to play it. Might even see standard play, but 7 mana is so much, but it is in colors with ramp, so might be a thing, might not. I don't know. And Pioneer, if you want to pull something out of the graveyard, this might be your daddy. Next we have this little fella, because I can read this, I swear. So, for those of you who want to know what this says, let me just pull up the old Google-ish real quick. Boop, 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 boop. So, tenacious underdog. It's 1 and a black for a human warrior. It has blitz for 2 black and 2, and pay 2 life. Gains haste. So you guys know blitz means it gains haste. When it dies, you draw a card. You sacrifice it to begin the next end step. When you cast the tenacious underdog from your, you may cast tenacious underdog from your graveyard using its blitz ability. Oh my god. Um, so this is a 3/2 for 2, which is already amazing. But you can blitz it every turn because you just sacrifice it. You don't exile it. This rare is gonna be busted. Oh my. Limited All-Star, Standard All-Star, probably Pioneer, definitely Commander. Um, wow. Older sets might even play this for 4 mana to draw a card, and punch somebody in the face. I mean, to pay the 2 life is a decent drawback, so that might keep it out of older formats. But man, is this gonna be good! Wow. Alrighty then, moving right along. Next here we have Rigo, the streetwise mentor. White or blue, a white, and a green or white. So basically it's a 3 white card. For 2/2, streetwise mentor enters the battlefield with a shield counter. Pretty cool. Whenever you attack a player or planeswalker with 1 or more creatures with power 1 or less, you get to draw a card. Sweet mother. So more card draw in white. This is just amazing. Great limited card. Probably going to be a real good standard card. Might be pretty good in Commander if this is your jam, although I don't know if many people play a lot of power 1 or less in Commander, but who knows what kind of weird decks are out there. This might even see play in Modern just because of the 3 white or what have you, and like a Lingering Souls, maybe Young Peasy deck that makes 1/1s that lets you just draw. So, yeah, could be a thing. This could actually be pretty pricey pretty quick. All right, next we have the server of the clandestine bar. So for a white and 4, you get a bird citizen that has flying. It's a 3/3, not bad. When he enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. That's a pretty good common. Definitely limited all-star, probably as far as it's going to go. Next we have the Halo Scarab. So we have another common, 2 mana for a artifact creature insect that's a 2/1, not bad. For 2, you can exile it from your graveyard to create a treasure token. This thing is limited all the way. Um, yeah, I mean, you could play it in standard, but I think there's better things to do for 2. If you just, than just getting a treasure. It's also mana fixing for limited. This could be very great mana fixing for commander. So this might be a commander thing for a while until people find something better. All right, Windshield Agent, a blue and 2 for a 2/3 human soldier. Windshield Agent enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. Pretty sweet. Whenever it attacks, choose up to 1 other target creature. It gains flying until the end of turn. Very interesting card. Going to be a limited all-star. I don't know if it'll be really good in standards. Blue beatdown is not really a standard thing that often. Um, yeah, probably about as far as it goes. Just limited. Blessing of Safety. So for 1 white, you get an instant. Put a shield counter on target creature. Scry 1. This is one of the best cards I have ever seen. If you want to put something into a pump and dump deck where you have a bunch of creatures that when you target them, you get cool effects like they get indestructible or they get +1/+1 counters. Yeah, this is just bonkers. This is going to be a great card um, as a combat trick and limited, probably even standard because the shield counter means it can't die. So, yeah, this is going to be really good. Maybe in all formats. All right, Rock's Pummeler. So for green and 5, you get Rhino Soldier. It's a 6/3. When he enters the battlefield with a shield counter on him, that's even better. He has trample as long as it has a shield counter on it. So this is going to be one of the great limited cards to draft or have in your sets. Because you're guaranteed to punch him in the face real hard once and then get the second swing to kill some more creatures. So, limited all-star, probably as far as it's going. Next we have the Dapper Shieldmate. For a white and 3, you get a 2/2. Dapper Shieldmate enters the battlefield with a shield counter. Who would have thought? As long as there's a shield counter, the Shieldmate gets +2/+0. For 4 mana, it's decent filler for limited. That's as far as it's going. All right, next we have the endless detour. So white, blue, and green. Instant rare that says the owner of target spell, non-land permanent, or card in the graveyard puts it on top or bottom of their library. Uh, Interesting bounce spell. Not sure if I like it. I mean, you can use it on yourself. It's gonna be offensive, defensive. It's gonna see a little bit of play. It'll probably be good in limited at least. And maybe commander, but probably about as far as it goes. All right, next here we have. Whoops, whoops, whoops. I'm professional, I swear. Jetmir's Fixer. So for a green and a red, you get a 2/2. For a green and a red, the Fixer gets +1/+1 till the end of turn. If mana from a treasure was spent on to activate this ability, put a +1/+1 counter on the Fixer instead. Man, that's a real good common. That's going to see limited play, probably standard play, and that's probably it. But I mean, there's possibilities that this could be something special. All right, next we have Slip Out the Back. So for 1 blue, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It phases out. This is another great card for those pump and dump decks, where you protect the queen style, because not only does it get bigger, so it's out of reach of certain damages, but it phases out, so now it can't be targeted. So pretty sweet. I like it. Probably gonna see a lot of play in limited, standard, commander, maybe some of the older formats because it is just 1 blue in an instant. Next we have Deal Gone Bad. So for black and 3, target creature gets -3/-3 till end of turn, and then target player mills 3 cards. All right, it's a common. It's decent removal. Probably only unlimited, but it is what it is. All right, we have Whack. This is Whack. So for a black and 3, we have an uncommon. It costs 3 less to cast if you target a white creature. Target creature gets -4/-4. This is an amazing removal card for limited. And it's going to be a great sideboard card in a lot of older formats, because if you're playing against white and you want 1 black removal, it's -4/-4, this will be your jam. Um, so yeah, it's got a lot of possibilities. I like this card. Next we have Citizen's Crowbar. That's kind of funny. So for a white and 1, you get a piece of equipment. When it enters the battlefield, you create a 1/1 green white soldier token, and you attach the crowbar to it. Equipped creature has +1/+1 and has, for 1 white, tap, sacrifice Citizen's Crowbar, destroy target artifact or enchantment. Very nice. This is going to be a great card for limited, maybe even standard. Um, so yeah. Next we have Torch Breath. So for 1 red and X, you get a spell that costs 2 less if you target a blue permanent. So we got a lot of color hosing. It can't be countered, and Torch Breath deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker. I like the can't be countered part. This is going to be a pretty good removal spell in limited, standard, commander, and maybe some older formats if you need to hose some blue cards. So keep an eye out. This may be a good one. All right, so that's all we got for the day, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so like, subscribe, put some comments down below. It feeds the YouTube algorithm. Hit the notification bell. It lets you know when all of these great videos go up. And don't forget, if you've done everything you can to support the channel, check out the description. There's a link to the Patreon page, the eBay store, and there's the private email for the store that you can also reach me at. And until next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table.